Live from Verne, California, the SCIAC Championship Network and LVTV Cable Channel 3 present Game 4 of the 2017 Southern California Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Softball Tournament. The Claremont Mudscripts Athenas versus the University of La Verne Leopards. Hi everyone, I'm David Smock from Television Sports America, joined by Joseph Orozco as we go to the winner's bracket here. The winner of this game will automatically go to the championship game tomorrow. The loser will have to play later on this afternoon to advance. Right now, warming up in the circle is Elisa Ponce. She's a 5A junior from Temple City, out of Temple City High School. And the stats on her this season: this is her 26th appearance, 17th start, 11-4 record with 1 save and 8 complete games. Has pitched 121 innings, given up 119 hits, 53 runs, 41 of the 53 earned runs, with 34 walks, 78 strikeouts, and Ponce with an ERA of 2.37. In this game, Claremont Mudscripts in the red, trimmed in gold, they are the visiting team. Of course, La Verne here at home as the home team, although that's not necessarily always the case in tournament play like this. And Reeve Grobecker, the batter, in the first pitch of the ball game is strike one, and we're underway.
Elisa Ponce getting the nod today. She pitched 2 shutouts in 2 matchups against the Mudscripts this year, looking for her third one this afternoon.
Now it's going to be a ground ball in the left center field for a leadoff base hit. So Reeve Grobecker is on board.
Number 17, Andy Troutman.
Andy Troutman had 19 RBIs during the regular season. And Troutman, all she did yesterday was hit 2 home runs, each with a man aboard. And so after having no home runs and 19 RBIs, 1 game into the tournament, and she has 2 home runs, 23 RBIs, batting .380. And the first pitch to her, that's going to miss, 4-1.
Troutman does have some success against Ponce here. Troutman so far this year is 3 for 6 against Ponce, so she's one of the few batters who's been able to get to Ponce for CMS.
A big swing there. Ponce showing a little bit of heat, and that evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to Andy Troutman. Her .380 average is tops on the ball club. And a big swing there for strike 2. Troutman tied at the end of the regular season for 4th best batting average in the SCIAC. 23 RBIs now is best, but on the team. But when she had the 19, that was tied for 9th among the league leaders. And next pitch there is going to make it an even count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. She has 10 stolen bases, caught only once this season. That was good to tie for 8th in this SCIAC as far as swiping bags are concerned. And the 2-2 swung on and missed strike 3, and Troutman goes down swinging.
Great job there of Ponce to locate her pitch. D'Angelo wanted it on the outside corner, and she got it there with Troutman swinging and missing as she was late on that attempt.
Grobecker still at first with 1 away. And the batter will be Marissa Valdovinos from West Covina, St. Lucy's High School. First pitch, ball 1.
Keep an eye out for Grobecker there at first base. She does have 6 stolen bases on the season.
Valdovinos batting .213 with 3 RBIs.
And just as I mentioned that Grobecker kind of teases there at first base, but however she retreats back without a throw from D'Angelo.
So 2-0 the count. That will miss for ball 3. Now Ponce really behind on the count, 3-0.
Third baseman Borden is playing up the line.
That's going to be a strike, and is now 3-1.
Valdivinos has been showing, but the last few attempts, let's see if she shows it again here against Ponce.
And that's going to be ball 4. Grobecker goes to second. Valdivinos on board with a 1-out walk, and here's Chloe Amaria. Batting .351 with 2 home runs, 16 RBIs, as Amaria comes to the plate.
Nice there, pitch by Ponce, just finding the strike zone on the first pitch here against Amaria. 0-1 the count.
So 0-1 the count. And the windup, that's going to miss on the outside by Ponce, and it's 1-1.
Ponce tried to use a little bit of deception with her pitch there. She's going fast during her windup, but at the last possible second, she releases with less velocity to kind of give it a little bit of breaking ball action.
And ground ball off the glove of the second baseman. And coming around to score is Grobecker, and it's 1-0 in favor of Claremont Mudd Scripps.
Interesting there, De Guzman slid to try to gather that ball. Was kind of took a weird bounce and went off her glove into the outfield, deep enough to allow Grobecker to score from second. And just like that, Claremont Mudd Scripps opens up the scoring here in the top half of the first inning. You see a replay here, ground ball right at De Guzman. They are giving it an RBI single to Amaria. And now coming to the plate is Rollader.
So Carly Rollader will step in from Thousand Oaks, California, out of Oaks Christian High School. They're batting .310, 1 home run, 18 RBIs. There's a base hit into center field, and everybody's going to be safe. Valdivinos moves to third, Amaria to second, Rollader on at first, and still 1 out and a run in. And there are Athenas on every base.
Assistant here for Laverne coming out to talk to Ponce and the infield as well to try to talk strategy here against Rollader. Athenas have a chance to break this one open in the early going as they have the bases loaded with only 1 out in the top half of the first.
Valdivinos at third, Amaria at second, Rollader at first, and here's Brianna White. Now check that, Brianna Holly coming to the plate.
Brianna Hale. What's her name?
Yeah, Holly as it's spelled. Looks like Hale though, H-A-L-L-E, from Santa Ana, California, out of Foothill High School, a junior, and first pitch is ball 1. Holly batting .254 with 13 RBIs. There's a called strike, and the count's even at 1-1. And next pitch to Holly is high outside, ball 2, 2-1. That's going to be off the plate. Ball 3, 3-1.
First batter today, Ponce finds herself behind, besides that bat to Grobecker. We'll see what she does here.
And the 3-1 pitch is going to be ball 4. That's going to walk in a run. Valdivinos will score. That makes it 2-0 in favor of Claremont Mudd Scripps here in the top of the first inning. Maria goes to third, Roller to second, and Holly with a 1-out walk.
So unlikely of Ponce here to not have that much control, having trouble finding location. Looks like we're going to have a new pitcher coming in for the Leopards. Early bullpen action as Ponce only goes a third of an inning for her day.
2-0 in favor of the Athenas. Still batting here.
It's going to be Haley Jacques.
In the top of the first inning.
Haley Jacques coming in relief.
Your attention, please. A pitching change for Laverne. Now pitching for the Leopards, number 11, Haley Jacques.
So Jacques comes in as the relief pitcher.
Jacques yesterday pitched that shutout against Chapman, coming on in relief much earlier than head coach Julie Smith would like to, but she determined that Ponce just didn't have her today. She gave up 2 runs via a base hit and a bases loaded walk, and Jacques comes in to relief.
Here are the numbers on Jacques. This is her 24th appearance of the year. She has started 19 games, has a record of 11 wins, 5 losses, 2 saves, and 10 complete games. Jacques has pitched 94 and 1/3 innings, giving up 85 hits, 35 runs. 27 of the 35 are earned runs, with 39 walks and 39 strikeouts. Jacques has an ERA of an even 2.00 as she comes on for the University of Laverne in the top of the first inning.
Jacques, the first time she met Claremont Mudd Scripps this year, was also in a relief appearance back in their second matchup of the season between the two schools. Jacques in that game only pitched an inning. She gave up 3 earned runs and only struck out 1 batter while walking 2.
So here's Abigail Metch coming to the plate. Base is still loaded for CMS. And the first pitch to Metch is a strike, and the count's 0-1. Metch batting .216 with 11 RBIs, aspires someday to be the host of her own talk show. Media studies major. And Jacques' 0-1 pitch, that's going to be a little slow grounder at first. They'll get the out, but another run scores as Amaria comes in. That makes it 3-0 CMS.
Nice job there by Abigail Metch. That grounder rolled the other way and slow enough to allow the runner from third to score and give her credit an RBI ground out for Metch.
So 3-0 Athenas. Metch is on at first. Rollader over at third base now. Holly at second. As I said, Metch at first. This is Allison Jude, the left fielder. Freshman outfielder from Phoenix, Arizona, out of Shadow Mountain High School. And the first pitch from Jacques is outside, ball 1. Jude batting .188, 7 RBIs. Going to be in there for a strike to even the count. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Haley different approach from Ponce. Haley definitely much more deliberate out there at the pitcher circle. Wants to wait for the right call from D'Angelo.
Jew was a pinch hitter yesterday, was 0 for 1. That one's going to be fouled, and it makes it 1-2. Well, so far the trend of the tournament has been to get runs in bunches. 9 by Whittier College in our first game today, and already 3 in the top of the first by Claremont Mudd Scripps. And here's the little hopper. It's going to fall in, and Justice Borden ran right past the ball. So that allows Rollader to score.
Interesting, a little bleeder that just happened just to stay in the infield, and it took a weird hop as Borden was charging at it to pick it up with the right hand. The ball took a tricky bounce and took her away from Borden's momentum, and it allowed a base runner Jew to reach base safe, that you can see here just to the left of the pitcher circle, and it took that weird bounce, and Borden's momentum was carrying her to the point where it made her go past the ball and allowed Jew to reach in at first base safely and allow another run score. And the Athenas have themselves an early lead, 4-0 in the top half of the first inning.
Score now 4-0.
Chloe Rodman here at the plate for the Athenas.
Rodman, the catcher, batting in the 9 slot. Chloe Rodman, a junior catcher, bats right, throws right, from Corvallis, Oregon, from Corvallis High School. And she's at the plate right now with a count of 1 ball and no strikes. Showing bunt. This one's going to be fouled away, and now even the count at 1-1. So 4 runs on the board, even before Laverne gets to come up to bat in the bottom of the first inning. The last game saw a 6-0 lead evaporate when the other team scored 9 runs. Chapman was up 6-0, and then 1/2 inning later with 9-6 in favor of Whittier College. Oh, 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to Chloe Rodman. Rodman batting .083, but it's going to be a liner right to Justice Borden at third base. As Rodman, the 9th batter in the inning, as the side is retired, and at the end of 1/2 inning of play, it's the Claremont Mudd Scripps Athenas 4 and the University of Laverne Panthers coming to bat for the first time in Game 4.
Leopards here of Laverne looking to get back into this game. As we mentioned earlier, the first game, Chapman against Whittier, that happened right before this game. Chapman jumped out to a 6-0 lead and appeared to be cruising after 2 innings of play, but then in the 3rd inning, the Whittier Poets tagged on 9 runs, and that was more than enough to complete the comeback and defeat Chapman by a score of 10-7. As Laverne, who comes in as a team, they bat .298 and have scored almost 200 runs in 39 games so far. So definitely they have a lot of weapons on offense and can tag on a few runs on you in half an inning in a heartbeat.
Warming up in the circle for CMS is Anna Gurr, the pitcher of the year in the SCIAC. This is her 30th appearance, 22nd start. Gurr has a record of 15-6. Already her 14 wins during the regular season, was best in the conference, has 5 saves, 18 complete games. Gurr has pitched 174 1/3 innings, giving up 105 hits, 24 runs. 17 of the 24 were earned runs, with 16 walks, 128 strikeouts, and a ridiculous ERA of 0.68. Now, yesterday she was at 0.63, got roughed up just a little bit, but not too much damage to her ERA.
Center fielder, number 1. Carly Cotton.
So there's Carly Condon to lead things off, followed by Rachel Ogata and Alexis Schiff. Condon batting .375 with 5 home runs, 27 RBIs. 4-0 CMS, and the first batter at the plate for Laverne. Taken for a strike, 0-1.
Earlier in the year, Laverne defeated Claremont Wescripps in one of the 4 games that they played against each other 1-0. Gurr pitched 9 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run. That run was not earned, and she struck out 8 batters, and she was given the loss on that year. So it goes to show the durability as well as the execution that she competes at, which is at a high level.
That misses for ball 1. 1-1 the count now to Carly Condon. Condon from Santa Monica, a 5'3" sophomore graduate of Santa Monica High School. And Anna Gurr's 1-1 pitch. That's going to miss low for ball 2. 2-1.
Let's see if the theme of the day continues with a lot of runs scored. It's going to be tough to score on Anna Gurr. Let's see if the Leopards have any success this afternoon. That one missed away, and the count goes to 3-1 in favor of Condon.
Gurr nervously twirls the ball in her left hand. The 3-1 is going to be ball 4.
Left fielder, number 7.
So Condon walks to open up the bottom of the first inning for the University of Laverne, and here's Rachel Ogata. Ogata batting .295 with 10 RBIs. Ogata, a 5'4" sophomore from Tustin, California, out of Foothill High School. Left-handed batter against the left-hander Gurr. And the bunt put down. They're going to have a throw to first in time for the out. So a sacrifice.
First baseman, number 22, Alexis Schiff.
Nice job there by Hallie to go cover at first base. Second baseman covering the bunt. Third baseman on the play, who made the throw down.
So 5-1 on the put out. Condon moves into scoring position now at second base here with 1 away in the bottom of the first inning. CMS on top, 4-0.
Condon does have 14 stolen bases on the year, so even though she's at second base, don't be surprised if the Leopards are aggressive here and have her try to steal third.
That's when it's going to be chopped foul.
Alexis Schiff here at the plate for the Leopards. She's been the big power threat for Laverne. Has a batting average of .395 and has 14 long balls to go along with 36 runs batted in.
Schiff, the SCIAC Athlete Player of the Year in softball. Anna Gurr, the Pitcher of the Year. So they're going toe-to-toe here in a 1-1 count. And it's ball 2, 2-1. So here you have Anna Gurr, the best pitcher in the circle. Alexis Schiff, the best batter. Biggest power hitter in the SCIAC at the plate. And the 2-1 delivery is going to be swung on and hit out to left center field. And they can't hold on to the ball. And Schiff says, thank you very much. I'll go chug into second base. So Schiff at second
very fortunate there, Condon. She waited for that ball to drop and decided to be aggressive here on the throw. If that third baseman on the play was able to gather that ball cleanly, Condon might have been out. But fortunately for Condon, the ball was bobbled and she was able to slide in safely. And because of the throw as well, Schiff was able to be aware and be aggressive on the base pass and go from first to second on that base hit.
Yeah, technically a single. Schiff able to move over to second base as they meaning the CMS Athenas, decided to throw to third base. So Condon at third, Schiff at second, and here's Kendricks. And the first pitch to Sienna Kendricks is ball one. Kendricks, a 5'3" sophomore outfielder from Fresno, California, out of Bullard High School. At the plate right now, runners at second and third. That one is going to be chopped foul right near home plate.
Talking with Sienna earlier this week, she was telling me that how this year she felt a little chip on her shoulder, especially how last year ended, and she wants to redeem herself from her performance in last year's conference tournament this weekend.
Kendricks, 5 home runs, 29 RBIs, and a .327 batting average. And that's going to be right to match over to first for the out.
Now batting catcher, number 5, Angelica D'Angelo.
And job done for Sienna Kendricks. Ground ball does allow Condon with good speed from third base to score.
That makes it 4-1 in favor of CMS here in the bottom of the first inning. Schiff over at third base now. And there's 2 away in the first. Again, 4-1 CMS. And here's Angelica D'Angelo. D'Angelo, a 5'5" junior catcher from Anaheim Hills, California, out of Canyon High School. And the count, no balls in, 1 strike. Batting .337 of 2 home runs and 19 RBIs. And a little chopper Borns up with it, throws over in time for the out.
Play, your score. CMS 4 runs, Laverne 1 run.
The inning is over, and at the end of 1, it's CMS 4 and University of Laverne 1.
Chef Patty here. Why should you include avocados as part of your family's balanced diet? It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Number 1. Avocados fill you up. Avocados contain unsaturated fats, good fats your body needs to help with the absorption of key nutrients.
Me hungry right now.
Number 2.
Avocados are good for you.
Avocados are naturally cholesterol and sodium free, plus they contain nearly 20 vitamins and nutrients.
Me need vitamins and nutrients. And number 3, avocado delicious.
Try avocados in place of ingredients higher in saturated fat. Avocados taste great in sandwiches, salads, and even in baked goods like cookies.
Avocado cookies. This match made in heaven.
Top of the second inning, Claremont Mud Scripps 4, University of Laverne 1. And it'll be Reeve Grobecker, top of the batting order, as 9 Panthers came to the plate in the top of the first. So it'll be Grobecker, Troutman, and Valdivinos, the top third of the order here for the Athenas in the second. Haley Jacobs in the circle for the University of Laverne, taking over from the starter Elisa Ponce. Winner of this game will advance play later on this afternoon Actually, let me rephrase that. The winner will go to the championship game tomorrow. The loser will play later on this afternoon against Whittier College, and then the winner of that game will go on to the championship game. 1-0. So 2 balls and no strikes the count to Reeve Grobecker. Grobecker, a sophomore infielder from Pebble Beach, California, out of Pacific Grove High School. A 2-2. That would be chopped near home plate, and count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grobecker on the season batting .319 with 1 RBI. Got a single to lead off the ball game in the first inning. Came around and scored the first run for CMS. Another little foul ball near home plate.
Both Borden and Schiff, the corner infielders for the Leopards, are playing up against Grobecker. Very aware that a soft ground ball down the line could mean trouble, as Grobecker has pretty good speed out there.
Allen's also going to be fouled.
Interesting approach there by Grobecker, kind of a little running start. She just tries to hack at that one while running down the line. She just able to get a piece of that one, and she's still in the box at 2-2.
A 2-2 pitch. That's going to miss for ball 3.
Outfielders as well are playing very shallow against Grobecker. Don't believe she's a threat power-wise.
3-2 payoff pitch on the way, and this will be lofted off to left field, and that's going to be grabbed out and left by Rachel Ogata, and there's one away.
Nice job there by Ogata to retrieve back and maintain her composure out there. She was playing very shallow against Grobecker, but she was able to adjust herself in time and able to get to that ball for the first out of the inning.
So 1 away and the base is empty. The batter is Andy Troutman. Mentioned earlier, Troutman hitting her first 2 home runs of the season with the runner on board here in her first postseason game. She had 19 RBIs during the regular season. Now 2 home runs, 23 ribbies. And the first pitch makes the count 0-1.
Chalk is trying to locate on the outside corner there, misses away. Wonder if Jake had to keep an eye on potential fatigue factor here. She pitched 7 innings yesterday and a shutout against Chapman. Now I missed away as well. 2-1 the count now. Jake is against Troutman.
Two and 1 the count, 1 out, nobody on board. 4-1 favor of CMS. And it's going to be ball 2, 2-1.
She count was already 2-1 there. 3 balls and 1. Now to Troutman. Let's see if Troutman gets the green light from Betsy Hipple here to swing away.
That one's going to be over. Hits the top of the netting and goes out of play. So count is now full 3-2. Troutman yesterday mentioned 2 for 4 at the plate with the 4 RBIs. Also scored 2 runs. It was quite an offensive day for her. Troutman struck out swinging her first time at the plate. And here's the 3-2 payoff pitch. That's going to be high for ball 4. So a 1-out walk to Troutman.
Now batting, designated player, number 24.
Good at bat there by
Marissa
Troutman.
Valvino.
She kept on battling away, fouled a few balls off to stay alive in the battle against Jacobs, and she won it, and she took ball 4 that was high and in.
Here's Marissa Valdovinos, a freshman infielder, outfielder, bats left, throws right from West Covina, California, out of St. Lucy's. She's hitting .213 with 3 runs batted in. And a little bunt. It's going to be handled. Throw to second. Do they get the out? No, they do not, and everybody's safe.
Appeared to have been, could have been out initially. Nice play and awareness by Borden to throw out to throw to second right away. However, see the replay here, just a little number here as you see the runner sliding in and appeared to just sneak her foot under the leg.
Yeah, that's one of those calls that could have gone either way. We'll see if what the call is, hit or error.
Fielder's choice down to second base. And second baseman for the Leopards, De Guzman, was unable to gather that cleanly and allowed the runner, Troutman, to slide in safely.
So the batter, Chloe Amaria, and count 0-2 to Amaria. Amaria right here in nearby Claremont, out of Claremont High School, sophomore. Batting .351, 2 home runs, 16 RBIs. Troutman at second, Valdovinos at first, Chloe Amaria the batter of a count of 1-2. It's going to be over on the left side. They'll go to third base for the putout. Fielder's choice 1-5.
Number 25, Carly Ruliger.
Nice job there by Jockus right away. It was pretty fortunate too where that ball was right to her right, and her momentum was close enough to third base that she was able just to toss it underhand to Borden, and they were able to get the fielder's choice out at third base and for the second out of the inning.
So with 2 away, Carly Rolleder will be the batter. Rolleder from Thousand Oaks, California, a junior, graduate of Oaks Christian High School, and the first pitch is ball 1. She's batting .310, 1 home run, 18 RBIs. The 1-0 pitch. Ball 2, 2-0.
Jacobs kind of favored her right shoulder a little bit there. Something to keep an eye on as the game progresses.
In 1 2/3 innings, Rolleder represents the 14th batter to come to the plate for Claremont Mudd Scripps. Three and on the count. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here. And that's going to be ball 4. Rolleder walks. Valdovinos moves to third. Amaria moves up. And so there's an Athena over every base. Brianna Hawley will be the batter. Hawley walked her last time at the plate. Junior from Santa Ana, California, out of Foothill High School.
Infield time called by Laverne Infield as they have a team meeting at the pitcher circle. Probably try to motivate Jacobs here to try to get out of this jam. You see Julie Smith and whoever's in the Leopards dugout, teammates as coaches, keep paying close attention, trying to have no damage here in the second inning and keep this a 3-run deficit for Laverne as Jacobs.
So CMS with 4 on the board, seeking to get more with 2 outs and the bases loaded here in the top of the second inning. The first pitch is strike 0-1 to Brianna Hawley. Hawley playing at first base. Hawley yesterday 1 for 3 and an RBI in the opening first round, and the ball goes right through the legs of Tevis. Coming around to score is Amaria. Also coming in to score is Valdivinos.
Now batting.
So it is now
Number
6-1.
Abigail Metch.
And here's Metch.
Ground ball there right at Tevis. Didn't get her glove all the way to the ground, which allowed the ball to go right under her glove and into the outfield. You see the replay here. Yeah, the glove was not all the way to the ground, and the ball just squirted under her glove into left field and allowed 2 runs to score. And now the Athenas lead 6-1.
So the batter Abigail Metch with the count of 1-0. And that's going to be a little liner right to shortstop. Metch is out. And the side has been retired, but not before the Panthers get 2 more runs to go with the 4 in the last inning. And we are at the middle of the second inning with the score, CMS 6 and Laverne 1.
CMS able to get a couple runs there off the air by Shelby Tevis. Crucial for the Leopards as they try to hold it to only a 3-run deficit. Now it's a 5-run deficit, even more so when entering the last half inning for Laverne. Now the deficit is 5 runs. It's going to be tough going here against Anna Gurr. As we mentioned earlier, she only has an ERA of .67 and appears to be in the zone here in the early going.
6, 7, 8 batters due up here in the bottom of the second inning for the University of Laverne, starting off with Gomez, De Guzman, and Tevis.
Leading off the bottom of the second inning for Laverne. Designated player number 4, Haley Gomez.
Here's Haley Gomez coming up to the plate. Gomez, a 5'4" junior from Covina, California, out of Northview High School. Gomez batting 193 this season, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Sixteen batters have come to the plate for CMS in the first 2 innings. We'll see what happens here. This is going to be a little foul ball. Gurr up with it. Underhand to toss in time for the out, and there's 1 away.
A little number there down the first base line just happened to stay fair, and Gurr was able to gather that one easily and toss it over to first base for the first out of the inning.
Here's De Guzman. Michelle De Guzman batting .250, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. De Guzman from San Diego, 5'2" sophomore from Montgomery High School, and looks at the first pitch for ball 1, 1-0.
In that 9-inning game between the Leopards and the Athenas, when Laverne defeated CMS 1-0, De Guzman went 0 for 3.
The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1 to even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. De Guzman 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored yesterday. Also had a walk, and that makes the count now 2 balls and 1 strike.
De Guzman and the Leopards here trying to be patient and take a number of pitches against Anna Gurr to bring up that pitch count. against the southpaw.
And the 2-1 pitch, that one's going to be hit foul down the right field line. The count's even at 2-2.
Nice hack there by De Guzman. She tried to just spray it down the right field line, down the line. However, she was a little bit late on her swing, and she hit a foul right above the Athena's dugout.
And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Oh, so that's going to be ball 3 as the home plate umpire checked with the base umpire.
Close play there.
So
Nice job by De Guzman to lay off from that one.
full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Michelle De Guzman. And swung on and missed, strike 3. So that's the second out of the bottom of the second.
Now batting
De
shortstop,
Guzman out
number 24,
swinging.
Shelby Tevis.
There's Shelby Tevis, 5'5" freshman shortstop from Sacramento, California, out of St. Francis High School. Tevis comes in today batting 196 with 4 home runs and 14 RBIs. And it's going to be on the outside corner of the plate for strike 1, 0-1.
Shelby charged with that error in the top half of the second inning that allowed 2 runs to score, trying to redeem herself at the plate.
The 0-1 pitch on the way outside, and the count's even at 1-1. Tevis 1 for 3 yesterday in the win against Chapman, also scored a run in that contest. CMS on top here, 6-1. We're only in the bottom of the second inning. And 1-1. That one's going to be slap foul on the first base side. And it's 1-2. If Tevis keeps the inning alive, Justice Borden would be the next batter on deck for Laverne. Gurr looking in for the sign. Now nervously twirling the ball in her left hand, and the 1-2 delivery. That'll be high for ball 2. Even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shelby Tevis.
Wanted to get Tevis to bite on a pitch that was high and inside. Nice job there by Tevis to lay off.
2-2 pitch. That one's going to be hit into the netting. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Oh, it's just a foul tip.
Nice
Okay.
battle here between Tevis and Gurr. Gurr's been, last 2 pitches have been trying to attack Tevis inside. Let's see if she tries to set up outside here in this next pitch.
So far, the rain has held off. A little bit of drizzle here and there, but dry right now as the pitch is chop foul, this time on the third base side. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shelby Tevis.
Still trying to attack Tevis inside. Nice job by Tevis just to keep on fighting off these pitches against Gurr and running up her pitch count.
Again, 2-2. This one will be hit into the netting. So if nothing else, Shelby Tevis is getting her hacks at the plate in this at-bat.
Absolutely trying to run up that pitch count for Gurr and possibly have her ease off of some of that velocity that Gurr has, especially on her pitches inside.
Again, 2-2. That's going to be strike 3 called as Tevis is caught looking.
Your score after 2 innings of play.
And a 1-2-3 inning
CMS 6 runs. Laverne,
for
1 run.
Anna Gurr and the CMS Athenas, as at the end of 2 innings of play, it's the Claremont Mud Scripps Athena 6 and the University of Laverne Panthers 1.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Leading off the top of the 3rd inning for Claremont Mud Scripps.
We go to the top of the 3rd inning.
Allison Juke.
The Claremont Mud Scripps Athenas 6, the University of Laverne Leopards 1. Haley Jacobs done with her warm-up pitches. This will be the 8, 9, and 1 batters due up for CMS in the top of the 3rd inning, starting with Allison Jew, who gets the start today out in left field. Jew, a freshman outfielder, can also play infield, from Phoenix, Arizona, out of Shadow Mountain High School. And the first pitch from Jacobs, taken for a strike, 0-1. Jew batting 188 with 7 runs batted in this season. It's going to be a ground ball past Justice Borden, picked up by Tevis. Throws the ball away. We'll see if we're going to count that as an error or infield hit. We'll check with the official score.
Now batting catcher, number 21, Chloe Rodman.
You see a slow grounder here to the left side. Went off the glove of Borden. Probably wondered if maybe Borden should have let that one go for Tevis. Probably would have been a closer play at first. Instead, Tevis had a rush to throw at first base, and it was wide, off the mark. Fortunately, it bounced right back to Alexis Schiff at first base, and the base runner Jew had to stay put at first base. Another infield meeting here. You see Angelica D'Angelo, the most vocal one, trying to tell her infielders to calm down and regain their composure.
Your attention, please.
We have a pinch running.
Will
Will be number 11, Sarah Whitney, for the Athenas.
So Sarah Whitney, the pinch runner, a junior infielder from Seattle, Washington, out of Garfield High School.
Whitney does not have a stolen base on the season. However, coaches trust her speed.
And there's Chloe Rodman. Rodman, a junior catcher from Corvallis, Oregon, out of Corvallis High School. Puts down the bunt. They throw to second. The ball goes all the way into right center field, close to the fence.
Period of calling on the scorebook, and E5 on the third baseman, Justice Borden. She tried to get the force out at second base. However, the throw was low and offline. Ball trickled all the way out to right center field. Runners were able to advance an extra base. Fortunately for the Leopards, it wasn't deep enough to have the runners score. However, the Athenas now have runners in scoring position at second and third with nobody out in the top half of the third inning. You see the replay here. Pretty good bunt here by Rodman. Borman being aggressive, trying to throw into third base. However, the throw was offline. It went under the runner and into the outfield.
And now time has been called by University of Laverne, but actually when the throw went wide, went almost all the way to the warning track.
Went almost all the way to the running track. Fortunately, the base runner on the play, Whitney, was only able to advance to an extra base rather than turning all the way home. It would have been even more of a disadvantage for the Leopards. We have Julie Smith here talking to the home plate umpire, possibly more substitutions coming in.
Coach Julie Smith, the head coach of the University of Laverne, Olympic gold medalist, starting at second base in the 1996 Team USA softball squad.
Seems to have a new third baseman here for the Leopards, replacing Borman, and it has been number 4. Haley Gomez.
Your attention, please. Defensive changes
You
for
see
the Leopards.
the error there on the replay.
Now playing at third base for Laverne, number 4, Haley Gomez.
Haley Gomez, designated player on the afternoon, going in for Justice Borden at third base. Borden with a couple of defensive miscues this inning. Had that grounder down near her, went off her glove, and allowed the runner, Allison Ju, to reach safely. And then on this play, bunt attempt, sacrifice by Rodman. Instead of getting the shot out at first, she trying to be aggressive and get the out at second. Throw was wide and went to the outfield to right center.
CMS on top 6-1 with runners at second and third for the Athenas. And you have to begin to wonder if they score any more runs, if we could look at a mercy run game. And bunt put down, beautiful. They throw to first, not in time, and CMS has loaded up the bases here in the top of the third.
And the infielding problems for the Leopards continue. Little number right in front of the plate. Alexis Schiff charged that one. Chucked over at the runner at third, did not go, and instead threw it over to first base to the second baseman who was covering on the play, De Guzman. However, throw was offline. De Guzman bobbled it, and the runner was going to be safe regardless. And so now the Athenas have the bases juiced with nobody out in the top half of the third.
Yeah, Whitney at third, the pinch runner. Chloe Rodman, the catcher, at second base. And Reeve Grobecker now at first. And the batter will be Andy Troutman. Troutman from Centennial, Colorado, out of Grandview High School. Mentioned yesterday, had 2 home runs, a total of 4 RBIs in the first round. And at the plate right now, at the count of 0-1. Right-handed pitcher against left-handed batter. That's going to be taken for a strike, and it's 0-2. It's worth mentioning for CMS, there are no outs here in the top of the third inning, with the Athenas having the bases loaded and the Leopards finding themselves in a bit of a pickle. Trailing 6-1. Jacobs winds up the 0-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1.
Try to get Troutman there to chase at a bad ball. Nice job of Troutman to lay off. D'Angelo was aiming outside as well.
Sarah Whitney at third base. Chloe Rodman at second. Reeve Grobecker at first. No outs here in the top of the third. And the 1-2 pitch, that's going to be grabbed by the second baseman. They get 1 out there. So Grobecker is out on the fielder's choice.
Ground ball to second base. Was a nice play by Michelle De Guzman there to prevent that ball from going into the outfield. The only play was at second, and 1 run does come across the score to extend the CMS lead to now 7-1 over Laverne.
Whitney scores. Rodman goes to third. And as Joseph just mentioned, it's 7-1, a 6-run advantage. And everybody's safe.
Great aggressive base running there by Troutman at first base. With the runner at third, you knew Giangelo was going to be pretty hesitant to throw that ball a second. The double still could have been in order had she had thrown the ball. Giangelo, better safe than sorry, holds on to the ball and allows Troutman to take second.
So here's
Valdivinos here against Jacobs.
Yeah, they didn't update the scoreboard number. That's why I was a little confused there. So Troutman was the previous player at bat right now. Should be on the scoreboard, number 24. It'll be Marissa Valdivinos. And the 0-1 pitch, that one's taken for a strike, 0-2. 1 out still here in the top of the third inning. Runners now at second and third. Troutman at second, Rodman at third. No balls and 2 strikes to Valdivinos. And the pitch going to be outside.
Jacobs working the outside part of the zone here against Valdivinos. All 3 pitches have been around the outside corner of the plate. D'Angelo, see if she sets up here again in this next pitch.
1-2 on the way. That one's going to be hit right at third base. Do they grab the runner at third for the out? Yes, they do.
Nice job by Haley Gomez. She was able to gather that ball and turn around quickly and tag the runner at third base. She was trying to retreat back to third. However, Gomez applied the tag in time before the runner touched the bag for the second out of the inning. You see here, sharp ground ball hit right at Gomez. And on her knee, she's able to tag the runner out, Rodman.
Yeah, that was a great heads-up play, not only to get the ball and keep it in front of you, which always teaches you, especially as an infielder, but to go ahead and have the presence to reach back and get the out. So there's 2 down here. The batter, Chloe Amaria. Do you realize that some of these players have been up 3 times already, and here we are in the third inning?
Definitely, the Athenas are making the most out of their at-bats through 3 innings, not even through 3 full innings of play.
Yeah, Grobecker, Troutman, Valdivinos, and now Amaria have all been at bat at least once in each of the first 3 innings, and the count's even 1 ball and 1 strike. Troutman at second. And this is a high fly ball to left center field. It's going to be caught in the outfield by Rachel Ogata. And the side is retired at the end of 2.5 innings. It's the Claremont Mud Scripps Athenas 7 and the University of Laverne Leopards 1.
That ball looked good on the fly ball, but a lot of the Athena supporters here at Campus West on the softball field of the University of Laverne saw that with their hearts and not their eyes. That ball just stayed in with the wind blowing in from the west, blowing east. And Ogata was able to get that at the track for the third out.
Well, it's funny that the wind's actually blowing in 2 different directions. We look at the flags to our left, and we can tell the wind's coming from the west, third baseline to right field, and yet to our right, we see the flags on the south side blowing from first base out to left field. So it's going to be kind of interesting as this wind kind of continues to swirl around. We believe that around 2:30, we haven't really talked too much about the weather here. We started out with a little bit of drizzle here and there, 63 degrees, humidity 67%, a 50% chance of rain with the wind out of the southwest at 8 miles per hour. By 2:30 Pacific time, we're talking about rain, 62 degrees, and we have a 65% of rain during that hour. So our third game could be in trouble, could see a rain delay or whatever, but we'll stay here until everything's decided.
Appears we have a pinch hitter coming to the plate for the Leopards. Gonna be Melissa Garcia getting a chance to go here against Anna Gurr.
And Melissa Garcia is a sophomore catcher, 5'5", from Norwalk, California, out of Lakewood High School.
And leading off the bottom of the third inning for Laverne, designated player, number 8, Melissa Garcia.
Garcia comes in with a batting average of 273 with 3 runs batted in.
And here's the first pitch from Anna Gurr. And it's ball 1. So Melissa Garcia getting a chance to participate in the tournament as a pinch hitter. That one's going to be fouled back, and it's 1-1. This is only Garcia's 23rd at-bat of the season. Has scored a run, and Garcia has 6 hits. 1 ball and 1 strike to Melissa Garcia. And Anna Gurr's pitch, that one is high for ball 2, 2-1.
One thing about Garcia in her at-bats this season, she's not one to just swing right away. She loves taking pitches, loves just making the pitcher work.
First 2.5 innings of this game has seen 8 runs come across the plate, 7 for CMS and 1 for Laverne. And the 2-1 pitch, and it's going to be taken for a strike, and the count's even at 2-2.
Pretty straightforward there by Gurr. Just has her catcher set up on the outside corner, and she gets it right there for the strike call, 2-2.
Garcia was a pinch hitter yesterday, drew a walk, and it's going to be ground ball foul.
Garcia also does a good job of containing her emotions as well. Doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low on anything. Her team may be ahead or trailing, but she always maintains the same facial expressions and the same attitude towards every at-bat.
Two balls and 2 strikes. The count, this one's going to be hit out to right field. It'll go foul.
Garcia just tried to have a pretty safe at-bat there, just smacked it the other way, try to hit it down the line to where the right fielder for the Athenas Amarillo couldn't get there. However, she hits it just foul. Count still at 2-2.
Gurr's pitch. This one will be hit out towards center field. It's going to be caught out in center field by Andy Troutman.
Now batting.
Even though it was recording out, Garcia had Gurr throw 7 pitches in that bat. The combined 2 batters, both Teves and Garcia of the Leopards, have forced Gurr to make over 15 pitches with just 2 batters, and trying to line up that pitch count, possibly try to make her work a little extra hard and try to take some energy from her.
Carly Condon at the top of the batting order, walked and scored the first run for Laverne, and looks at the first pitch from Anna Gurr for strike 1, 0-1. Condon out of Santa Monica, California, went to Santa Monica High School. Condon coming in today batting .375, 5 home runs and 27 RBIs. And the next pitch, that's going to be a chopper right to short. High toss and not in time as she's drawn off the bag. So Condon is on board.
Abigail Metch there with a high throw. First baseman Brianna Halley had a leap and try to bring that ball down, but Condon using her speed to get to the bag in time before the foot came down on the bag.
So one out, an infield hit. Condon at first, and this is Rachel Ogata. Ogata, a 5'4" sophomore outfielder from Tustin, California, out of Foothill High School. And the 0-7. Pitch, ball one, 1-0. I was looking at the at-bat number on the scoreboard. That's why I said 0-7. Those things happen. Runner at first, one out here in the bottom of the third inning for the Leopards. And the 1-0, that's going to miss the strike zone again for ball two. 2-0 the count. Ogata, 295 batting average, 10 RBIs.
You wonder if whatever happens at bat, if Gurr will pitch to Schiff.
Hey, from a fan's standpoint, I hope so.
Yeah, that too. However, you know, Schiff is Laverne's best hitter, as we mentioned earlier. And whatever happens with Ogata here, Ogata's mindset is to advance Condon into scoring position for Schiff. And then with that being said, you wonder if Gurr will just pitch around Schiff to get to Dani Kendrick, who is batting cleanup today for Laverne.
2 balls and 1 strike. Gurr into the windup, and this one will be hit foul off to the left, and the count now at 2-2. We're talking about Alexis Schiff, the athlete of the year in softball in the conference. Anna Gurr, the pitcher of the year in the conference. That's kind of like Mike Trout of the Angels going up against Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers. A 2-2 on the way. That one's going to be chop foul.
That pitch was in on the hands. I think if Ogata were to do that pitch again, she would have laid off on that one. Nice job by Ogata to stay alive. I fouled that one off.
One away here in the bottom of the third. Condon waiting patiently over at first base. Now the home plate umpire checking the softball that's being thrown by Anna Gurr. Continues to have that ball stay in play.
Little bit confusion here down the first base line. I think Brianna Halley wasn't sure what to do with the ball initially. We will reset. 2-2 the count.
You know, Ogata checks back into the batter's box. Gurr now twirling the ball in her left hand. And the 2-2 on the way. Strike 3 called.
What a pitch there by Gurr. Ball started in. Looked like it was going to hit Ogata. That's why she laid off. However, it tailed right back onto the inside corner for strike 3. And down goes Ogata for the second out of the inning.
So here we go in the battle between Alexis Schiff and Anna Gurr. Schiff had a single to center first time at bat. Beat Gurr on that at bat. And a ground ball. And everybody saved. Diving on it for CMS was Reeve Grobecker, but Grobecker did not have a play.
Number 19, Sienna Kendrick.
Nice diving stop there by Grobecker to prevent that one from going into the outfield. Before I would have went to the outfield, Condon probably would have went from first to third.
And instead, Condon's at second base, Schiff at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning for Laverne. Leopards would like to see if they can put some more runs on the board, trailing by 6.
Here comes Sienna Kendricks now to the plate for Laverne.
Again, the winner of this game will advance to the championship round tomorrow. Right now, the start time listed as 12 noon. But rain in the forecast, we'll see whether or not that may change. So be sure to kind of stay tuned to the athletics website of the team that you favor in this tournament for the update. That was going to be a little tip, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Carly Condon at second base, Alexis Schiff at first. Count 1 ball and 1 strike to Sienna Kendricks. Kendricks with a sacrifice ground ball in her last at bat, and the 1-1 pitch. That one is asking. She came around with the swing. The base umpire says no, so it's 2-1. Schiff over at first base, the 5'7" senior from Long Beach, California, out of Woodrow Wilson High School, part of the Moore League down there, that part of the South Bay. 2-1. That's going to be strike 2. So now an even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sienna Kendricks. Kendricks batting .327, 5 home runs, 29 RBIs. Here again, twirling the ball in her left hand. Into the windup and the 2-2. Right back to Gurr. Gurr throws over to first base and gets out of the inning on a 1-3 putout. And at the end of 3 innings of play, it's CMS 7 and the University of La Verne Leopards 1.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer.
I'm a barber.
A waitress.
A mom.
We're all part of your community. Every day we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good, others not so much.
But that's life. It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty, something or someone's behavior that doesn't seem quite right.
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not.
It's not about paranoia
or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern.
We
trust our instincts.
Just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Top of the 4th inning we go here at the softball field of the campus west portion of the University of La Verne. Game 2 today of the conference tournament winners bracket here between La Verne and Claremont Muscripps. Claremont Muscripps coming to bat here. They lead the Leopards by a score of 7-1. As Haley Jacobs will head back here. She's so far has pitched 2 1/3 innings and given up 3 earned runs. As that pitch in there is in there for a strike, 0-1. Jacobs against Carly Rollader of the Athenas. That pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 1-1. Leopards here trying to keep a clean inning defensively against the Athenas. Had some trouble last inning with a few infield miscues. That has happened a couple times already for the Leopards. So much so that Haley Gomez had to replace Justice Borden at third base. That pitch gets the outside corner for a strike, and Jacobs is ahead in the count against Rollader 1-2. The 1-2 delivery from Jacobs is low and away for a ball, and it's 2-2 now. The count is even. No defensive shifts here for La Verne against Rollader. Two and 2. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and Rollader bites the dust for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, first baseman, number 16, Brianna Hollis.
Here comes Brianna Halley to the plate for the Athenas. That one just misses the zone for a ball, 1-0. That one just misses the zone again, low. 2-0 the count now. That one misses high and away, and the count now goes to 3-0 against Brianna Halley. Shake is trying to dig in here against Halley. The 3-0 gets the lower part of the zone for a strike. 3-1 the count now. See if Halley gets given the green light to swing away at a favorable 3-1 hitters count. That one gets the inside corner for a strike. The count worked back full to 3-2. The 3-2 pitch is low and inside for ball 4, and Halley heads over to first base to draw a 1-out walk. So here comes Abigail Metch to the plate for the Athenas. Metch today is 0 for 2. Excuse me, 0 for 1 actually reached base via a sacrifice as that pitch is fouled off. 1-0. 0-1 the count. Next pitch to Mitch. It's outside and away. Nice drive from D'Angelo to prevent that ball from going to the backstop, as that pitch was pretty wide and outside. Count is 1-1 between Jacobs and Metch. Now it's hit right back at Jacobs. She just prevents the ball from going past her and tosses it over to first base for the second out of the inning.
Now batting left fielder, number 27, Allison Jew.
Here comes Allison Jew to the plate and here to have time call that we have Julie Smith. We appear to have given an obstruction call. Julie Smith talking with the home plate umpire. We have a replay of, did the runner leave early? And there's two out. They're calling an obstruction on the runner, as the runner, Rihanna Halley, left too early.
Leaving early at first, count is 1 ball, 1 strike.
Home plate umpire confirming that they call obstruction on the runner for leaving too early, so the runner for Halley is out. And we will assume the count be the battle between Metch and Jacobs with 2 outs here. And that one's grounded to under the gloves of both Gomez and Tevis. Gets into a base left field for a base hit. And Metch has herself a 2-out single against Jacobs here at the top of the 4th. Note in softball, you can't leave the base early. You have to wait until after the pitch is completed in order to advance, as that pitch here against to Allison Ju is in their first strike, 0-1. That one's hit to short left field. It's going to fall in between the second baseman and right fielder. And now Allison Ju has herself a 2-out single. Advancing to third was Abigail Metch.
Now batting catcher, number 21, Chloe.
Here comes Chloe Rodman to the plate. As we have time called, another meeting here. You see just a slap shot to opposite field, and then lands over the head of De Guzman into right field for a base hit. Infielders for Laverne meet at the pitcher circle, while you have Metch at third base and Allison Ju. Was Allison Ju at first base, and we have a pinch hitter for the Athenas. It appears number 22, Rachel Pearly, is coming on to pinch hit for Chloe Rodman.
Now batting pinch hitter, number 22, Rachel Pearly.
Pearly digs in and waits against Jacobs. That pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. Pearly out of Boulder, Colorado, attended Fairview High School. Has an average this year of .045 with 1 run batted in. This is her 25th game played this season. That pitch is low in the dirt. Nice job by D'Angelo to prevent that one from going to the backstop. Runners hold at first and third. 2-0 the count now between Pearly and Jacobs. The 2-0. That one misses high and away. And Pearly finds herself ahead in the count at 3-0. That one's right on the inside corner for a strike, 3-1. Two runners on here, top half of the 4th inning for Claremont Mudscripts. The 3-1 delivery coming up to Pearly. It's outside for ball fair, and again for the 4th consecutive inning, the Athenas have the bases loaded. Appear to have time called.
Second baseman, number 2, Reeve Graubecker.
Talk more. More strategy here, as the Athenas have the bases loaded against Jacobs. Leopards trying to pose defense, trying to post a clean half inning for once here this afternoon. Haven't done so against these Athenas. And we return to the top of the order. As Robecker makes her way to the plate for the Athenas. First pitch to Robecker, misses outside for a ball, 1-0. That one's down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Nice pitch by Jacobs there to get the count back even. Runners are playing up the line here, the corner infielders, I should say, for Laverne. As an out at any base ends the inning. This pitch to Robecker is hit right at Tevez, who goes off for glove. 1 run that comes in to score. And it's now an 8-run lead for the Athenas. And again, the defensive woes continue for the Leopards on the infield. Here, D'Angelo, the catcher, telling her infield to stay composed here and try to get this next out. First pitch here to Troutman is in there for a strike, 0-1. So Metch scored. Allison Jews at third base. Rachel Purley's at second base. As that pitch misses the outside, count now goes even to 1-1. Ground ball here to the left side. Tevez did have her glove down this time, just couldn't get that one cleanly. It bounced off her glove and rolled to her right. That one misses outside for a ball. 2-1 the count now. That one's hit well down the right field out, but just pulled foul over the screen. And the count now goes even at 2-2. Two and two coming up, the count between Troutman and Jacobs. The 2-2 delivery fouled off to the backstop, and Troutman stays alive in the batter's box. Jew at third base, Perley at second base, Robecker at first base, Troutman at the plate for the Athenas. CMS leads Laverne 8-1. 2-2. Swung on a missed strike 3, and Jacobs finally gets out of the gem. So it could have been a lot worse for the Leopards in that top half of the fourth inning. However, they do give up another run, and now their difference is at 7 runs by a score of 8-1, trailing Claremont Mudscripts. Take a look at the last strikeout here. Pitch was high against Troutman, and she bit the dust on that one. for the third out of the innings. Due up for the Leopards. Coming up in the bottom half of the fourth inning.
321.
Here to have a new pitcher or catcher, I believe, for the Athenas coming in. No new catcher. Just Rodman just reassumes her position back catching. She was pinch hit for in the last inning for the Athenas. Due up here for the Leopards.
Number 21, Chloe Rodman.
In the bottom half.
Leading up the bottom of the fourth inning.
Fourth inning.
Catcher, number
5, Angelica D'Angelo. Angelica D'Angelo in the first inning grounded out to third base in her first at bat. You see the flags there blowing, coming from the south and blowing northeast. Threatening clouds overhead, but so far no rain, a few drizzles here and there. However, it's so far a pretty good day for softball action as the first pitch to D'Angelo from Anna Gurr is inside for a ball, 1-0. Ball nearly hit D'Angelo. Nice job of her to kind of just move her arm out of the way to avoid being hit by that pitch. Angelica D'Angelo to the plate. Goes by Jelly by her teammates. That pitch is nubbed right at the third baseman for the Athenas. Roller, who just did a little hop right on the foul line and was able to bring that in for the first out of the inning. Here comes Haley Gomez to the plate. Gomez grounded out right back to the pitcher. First pitcher Gomez. Gomez shows bunt, lays off, but it catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Here one delivery to Gomez. Misses outside, 1-1 the count now. The 1-1 delivery to Gomez is grounded to the left side, right at the third base. It throws it over for first in time for the out, and we have two down
now batting second baseman
in the bottom half of the fourth inning. 5-3 on the scorer's book. Now here comes the second baseman to the plate, Michelle de Guzman. See Gomez has grounded it to the left side, right at the third base, and Roller. Roller had plenty of time to throw out Gomez and gets her by 3 steps. First pitch to de Guzman, she lines it to the right side, right into the Athena's dugout. Watch your heads down there. 0-1 the count coming up to de Guzman. That pitch is grounded to the right side, right at the first baseman of the Athenas. Nice play from Brianna Halley. Lined out right to the first baseman for the third out of the inning. So Leopards go down quietly, and at the end of 4 innings of play, score stands Kerma Muscripts 8, University of Verne watch. You're watching the Sky Conference Postseason Tournament live online on thesciac.org and broadcasted and produced by LVTV3, Laverne Community Television.
What could you lose in a home fire? Your possessions? Your home? Your memories? Don't let your world go up in smoke. Make sure you have working smoke alarms and practice an escape plan for you and your loved ones, because fire is everyone's fight.
Top of the 5th inning, we are here at the softball field on campus west of the University of Laverne. Winners bracket matchup between the Claremont Muscripts and the University of Laverne. Athenas lead the Leopards by a score of 8-1. Due up here in the top half of the 5th inning for the Athenas will be Valdivinos, followed by Amadea, and then Rollader in the hole for Claremont Muscripts. Valdivinos reached base in 2 over 3 at-bats via a base on ball, then a fielder's choice, and then lined out in her last at-bat. First pitch to her is in there for a strike, 0-1. That pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-1 the count now. Mr. Valdivinos out of West Covina, California, attended St. Lucy's Preparatory School for her high school career. That one's lined in the hole right between Alexis Schiff and Michelle de Guzman into right field for a base hit. And Valdivinos is aboard with a leadoff single.
Number 7, Chloe Emeria.
The replay wasn't hit too hard, but right in between the Guzman and Schiff when nobody could get to it. Schiff was playing up the line on that one. Wondered if she was back in her natural position. Maybe she could have made a play on it. Nevertheless, it is a single. And to the plate will be Chloe Amadea, who takes the ball on the first pitch, 1-0. Valdivinos does have 2 stolen bases on the year, so we'll keep an eye on her at first base. That one's grounded right at Gomez, throws it to second for the first out. Back to throw to first and not in time. So a forced play gets the first out of the inning for the Leopards.
Third baseman, number 25.
And here comes Carly Rollader of the Athenas to the plate. See ground ball right to Gomez, and Gomez naturally just throws it to second base easily for the force out. That pitch misses away for a ball, 1-0. Other pitcher on the roster for the Leopards is Catherine Navarro. Wondering head coach Julie Smith is just saving her for the next game at this rate. That one's grounded right at Gum, but this time she's not able to get to that one, as it's grounded hard to her left into left field for a 1-out single. Now the Athenas have 2 aboard with 1 out here in the top half of the 5th inning. You see your roller just getting a good bound and lines it hard past Gomez's left. And here comes Rhiann Halley to the plate for the Athenas. First pitch to Halley gets the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 delivery coming up to Jacobs. one's popped up. De Guzman is under it on the right side of the infield. 2 down here in the top half of the 5th inning.
Now batting shortstop, number 1, Abigail Metch.
Here comes Abigail Metch to the plate. She singled and scored the last time up for the Athenas. Almost hit pretty well to left field. Left fielder Ogata's under it for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Leopards finally post up a scoreless defensive inning for their sake. And at the end of 4.5 innings, the score remains Claremont Musketeers 8, University of Laverne 1. As we have a replay of the last out here. Hit pretty well to left field. Ogata was probably going to make the catch no matter what, but it was almost a disaster as Ogata and Condon nearly collided out there in left center field. Fortunately, nothing occurred as far as injury. Just a few skipped heartbeats there as both players narrowly avoided each other. So the Leopards try to start a rally going here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Shall the Leopards lose this game, they will face Whittier College in the next game today. And the winner of that game will advance to the championship round tomorrow. And if the score stands, it's looking more likely as that team will be the Claremont Musketeers Athenas, as Anna Gurr is pitching another gem, something that she's been used to so far today.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for Laverne.
4 innings pitched, no runs allowed. 1 run allowed. And has only given up 2 hits since that leadoff walk. Coming to the plate now for the Leopards. Pinch hitting will be number 21, Catherine Navarro. She'll be pinch hitting for Shelby Tevez. Navarro this season has a batting average of .325, slugging .385, slugging .554, on base percent .385. Has 18 runs batted in to go along with 3 home runs. She also has 6 walks on the season. As we see head coach Julie Smith talking with the home plate umpire, probably for a number of substitutions, and pinch hitters coming up for Laverne. As I was mentioning, Anna Gurr pinching another gem for the Athenas, only allowing, from the scorebook that I have here, 2 hits so far in this game, and allowing 1 walk, which was way back in the 1st inning. So here's Catherine Navarro to the plate for the Leopards. That pitch gets the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Next pitch to Navarro from Gurr. It's hit pretty softly. It's going to go over the shortstop's head. And out of that, land to left field for a base hit. Leopards will take that anyway. They can get runners on base against Gurr.
Melissa Garcia.
As a bloop single for Catherine Navarro makes way for Melissa Garcia. You see the shortstop there for the Athenas. Abigail Metch had to retreat back and try to make an over-the-shoulder catch as she was played pretty shallow in the infield and couldn't get to that bloop single. So here was Garcia, who flied out in her last at-bat. First pitch to Garcia, misses the zone for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch to Garcia's grounded right at the shortstop match. Her only play is going to be at first base. She has plenty of time to get the runner out. Garcia advances the runner from first to second, and we return to the top of the order here in the bottom half of the fifth as Carly Condon makes her way to the plate. First pitch to Condon here in this at bat. Misses away for a ball, 1-0. Navarro out there on the base pad. Allen misses his own, 2-0 the count. Navarro does have 3 stolen bases on the season, make it 4. One of them against these Athenas. The 2-0 delivery to Condon. Gets the inside corner for a strike, 2-1 now the count. Two-one delivery to Condon from Gurr. That one's nubbed down the left field line, foul. And the count moves to 2-2. Navarro has to go back to second base. No defensive shifts here for the Athenas against Condon. The 2-2. Condon gets a good piece of that one, however, she hits a foul off the screen. Right above, or would have been above, the Athena's bullpen. Count stays at 2-2. Two delivery coming up between Gurr from Condon. Condon gets a piece of it, hits it right at the third baseman. Now Navarro is going to be caught in a pickle. And do they tag the runner out? No, they did. Delayed call there by the umpire. Actually, no. Check over with the umpires. Now some confusion going on. And the umpires will meet with each other to determine what was going to be the call of that play. And they're saying that the tag was applied to Navarro as she is tagged out trying to go back to second base. Try to see maybe I got a good look on that replay, if we have the replay, on that last base running attempt. So here's the play, and tough to tell on that one whether the heel was tagged or not. It was a close play regardless. Nevertheless, Navarro was tagged out between second and third, and Condon reaches via a fielder's choice. Have a see a different, here's the same angle again. And it did tag her on the lower back, it appeared, of Navarro. So 2 outs now for Rachel Ogata of Laverne. Ogata sprays that one into that field for a base hit. Now the Leopards have 2 runners on with 2 outs for Alexis Schiff coming to the plate.
Now batting, first baseman, number 22, Alexis Schiff.
Schiff looking to keep this inning alive for Laverne. Condon at second base, Ogata at first base. First pitch to Schiff. Inside on the hands, he fouls that one off to the left side near the Leopards dugout, 0-1. One delivery to Schiff. Schiff swings and misses. Now ball was in the dirt. Steal attempt to third base, and Connor's out trying to steal third base, and that'll do it for the inning. So the aggressive base running by the Leopards does not pay off as Connor is tagged out trying to steal third base from second. As we see the replay coming in of the throw attempt by the catcher for the Athena's, Rodman. And Connor trying to go around the tag of the third baseman, Rollader. However, Rollader is able to apply the tag on her left arm to end the inning. So after the Leopards get a couple base runners on, they are unable to score. And at the end of 5 innings of play, the score stands current Muscripts 8, University of Laverne 1. You're watching SCIAC Championship Softball live online on the SCIAC.org and broadcasted by LVTV3, Laverne Community Television.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be?
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Top of the 6th inning we go. Have a pitching for the Leopards. Number 21, Catherine Navarro, will relieve Haley Jacques. Tevez will return to the game as short. And Navarro will be pitching. Leopards. So Jacobs' final line will be 4 2/3 innings pitched after relieving the starting pitcher of the game, Elisa Ponce, after a third of an inning.
Leading off the top of the 6th inning for Claremont Musgrave, number 27, Allison Duke, left fielder. I just said that didn't shoot part. I just got the didn't shoot. You say she didn't shoot.
As the umpires are confirming all the substitutions. Looks like Tevez is coming out of the game. And Justice Borden will come back into the game. And I assume that Gomez will head from third base to short. Justice is going to be playing third base for the Leopards, Justice Borden. Gomez most likely will be playing shortstop. Michelle de Guzman will stay at second base, and Alexis Shepard maintains at first base. Catherine Navarro coming into the game as a relief pitcher. This will be Navarro's 12th relief appearance on the season, had 11 previous relief appearances. Also has started 3 games for the Leopards. Has them with a record of 4-2 in 31 innings pitched. She has 3 saves on the year. Has a batting ERA of 4.29 with 29 strikeouts and 17 walks allowed.
At third base, number 13, Justice Borden.
And due up for the Athenas. In this
Number 4, Haley Gomez moves to shortstop.
Will be Allison Ju, followed by Chloe Rodman and Reeve Grobecker. Top half of the 6th inning. First pitch to Ju, misses away for a ball, 1-0. That pitch misses away for a ball, 2-0 the count now. That one misses high away. Navarro's having some trouble finding the strike zone in this at-bat, 3-0 the count. And four balls here to start off the relief appearance for Navarro.
Now batting catcher, number 21.
And Allison Drew reaches first base via a base on ball. Chloe Rodman coming. And we have a time called by the Claremont Muscripts coaching staff. Appears head coach Betsy Hipple talking strategy here with her coaching staff. It also gives time for the Laverne infield to come together and speak to Navarro. Try to compose himself. As well. Still a delay here. And now Claremont coaching staff retreats back to their positions. However, Betsy Hippie still talking strategy with her batter, Chloe Rodman. Rodman shows bunt here, lays off, and decides to take a pitch high and away for a ball, 1-0. As Navarro hasn't thrown a strike yet. Through 5 pitches she's thrown. That pitch again misses the zone, 2-0 the count. First strike thrown by Navarro, and this relief appearance, it's a strike on the high inside corner. 2-1 the count. That one swung on and missed for strike 2. D'Angelo throws back to first to check on Allison Ju. Ju slides back in time, being the tag. 2-2 the count. The 2-2 delivery. It's high and away. Rodman lays off. Three-two delivery coming up to Rodman. Rodman shows bunt, lays off, and decides to swing and a miss for strike 3. She bites the dust and has a seat for the first out of the 6th inning. And return to the top of the order here. as Grobecker makes her way to the plate. Grobecker is 2 for 4 so far in this game. Couple singles and reached on an error. First pitch misses, going for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch to Navarro, shows bunt, goes tails back inside. Nice job by Grobecker to get out of the way. Ball is laid off there, 2-0. That one gets the outside corner for a strike. 2-1 the count on Navarro working against Grobecker. That one misses high for ball 3. Rodman only has 1 stolen base on the year. She's not a huge threat to run from first base. However, D'Angelo, the catcher for the Leopards, being more than attentive, checking up on Rodman after every pitch. The 3-1 delivery misses inside for ball 4, and now the Athenas have 2 runners on
Now batting,
here in the top half of the 6th inning.
Andy Troutman.
Here comes Andy Troutman. To the plate. And that ball misses the zone again. 1-0. So Navarro having some trouble with her command here and locating pitches against these Athena batters in the top half of the 6th inning. That one swung on a miss there by Troutman. 1-1. That one misses the zone again. 2-1 the count now. 2 runners on for the Athenas. Runners Allison Jew at second base. Reeve Grobecker at first base. Andy Troutman at the plate for Claremont Munscripts. 2-1, swung on a miss for strike 2. As Navarro tries to regain her composure here. The 2-2 delivery is hit to short center field. Is going to be Condon running up to make the catch for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, designated player, number 24, Marissa Valavinos.
Here comes the 5th player to come up here for the Athenas. Marissa Valavinas digging in here against Navarro. First pitch, she lays off for a ball, 1-0. D'Angelo checks over out there on Jew at second base. Next pitch is high and away. Now Navarro finds herself behind the count 2-0 against Valdivinos. Corner infielders are playing up the line here. Next pitch. Foul ball. Got a piece of the bat Valdivino saying it got her on the arm. However, home plate umpire says otherwise. I think it got a piece of the bat and a foul ball. Home plate umpire still talking with CMS head coach Betsy Hippo, excuse me. Still telling Valdivinos to come back to the plate. Have a replay here of the pitch. And it did appear to hit her on the elbow. Home plate umpire didn't get a good angle on it. Count now goes to 2-1 between Navarro and Valdivinos. Nice job there by our cameraman Preston Parker on the left side of home plate, who was able to get a good vantage point on that last pitch. A 2-1 delivery. Misses the outside corner. Now the count goes to 3-1. Three-one delivery between Navarro and Valdivinos. It's hit into left field, right at left field. Ogata, she makes the play for the third out of the inning. So after a couple runners get on for the Athenas, they come away empty on that half inning. The Leopards post another shutout inning of relief in this time in the sixth inning. And at the end of 5.5 innings of play, the score remains Claremont Musgraves 8, University of Laverne 1, and welcome back David Smock into the booth.
All right, thank you, Joseph. Appreciate it. As we get ready to go to the bottom of the sixth inning, University of Laverne Leopards trailing by 7 runs to CMS. The third game of our triple-header today was supposed to start at 2:30 Pacific time. It's already past that, so we expect probably 30 minutes after the last out of this game. And this will feature the loser of this contest versus Whittier College. And then with CMS, should they hold on and win this game 8-1, they will advance automatically to the championship game scheduled to start at 12 noon tomorrow. So that's where we stand right now as Anna Gurr finishes up her warm-ups.
Leading off the bottom of the sixth inning for Laverne, first baseman, number 22, Alexis Schick.
Alexis Schick will come to the plate. Again, this is a matchup of the best pitcher in the conference, Anna Gurr. Alexis Schick, the Athlete of the Year in softball. Already, Schick 2 for 2 against Gurr. And we start off here in the bottom of the sixth inning. And the first pitch is going to be outside of the strike zone for ball one.
Gurr so far having herself a gem of the game, only allowing that one run back in the first inning, and has posted up 0 since.
14 home runs, 36 RBIs. She has 14 of the 38 home runs for ULV this year. And that one is going to be outside for ball two. 2-0 to Alexis Schick. Schick, 5'7" senior out of Long Beach, California. Went to Wilson High School, part of the Moore League down in that area. And this one's going to be popped up on the left side. Calling for it is Metz.
Now batting right fielder, number 19.
Abigail Metz just getting under that one. Just a slow, lazy pop-up into the left side of the infield by Schick. And it was an easy catch there for Metz.
So 1 down, base is empty, and here's Dani Kendrick. Kendricks, her third at bat, into a sacrifice and right back to the circle. And first pitch outside, ball 1. Dani Kendricks, 5'3" sophomore outfielder from Fresno, California, out of Bullard High School. At the plate right now, 1 ball, no strikes. That one's going to be high. That's going to be ball 2.
Sienna has had some pretty good at-bats today. Hit the ball pretty hard. However, she hit them right where Athenas were waiting for those groundouts and line drives.
It's going to be a little chopper right to third, but they're going to say the ball was foul.
Ball was hit. Seemed to come out of the batter's box there. Wonder if it went off one of the gear or pads of Kendrick's. Couldn't tell from my vantage point. 2-1.
And the pitch, this one's going to be chopped foul on the third base side over near the Laverne dugout. So the count's even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dani Kendricks.
Gurr and all of her at-bats has always attacked Kendricks inside. She sets up inside again.
Two. This one will be hit foul down the right field line. Nobody can get to it in time. Florian Maria sprinted over there, but the ball had already landed. So we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty. Bottom of the 6th inning, 8-1 in favor of Claremont Mudd Scripps. Gurr looking in for the sign. Comes back the 2-2 pitch. This one's going to be a ground ball into left field for a base hit. So Kendricks is on at first.
Now batting catcher number 5, Angelica D'Angelo.
Good piece of hitting there by Kendrick. She's finally, her good at bats have finally paid off here with the base hit to left field, right in between the third baseman and shortstop. Into left field for a base hit. Here comes Angelica D'Angelo.
D'Angelo, a 5'5" junior out of Anaheim Hills, graduated from Canyon High School. She steps in. 0 for 2 in the ball game. And it's going to be 1 hopper. They'll go 4-6 on the force out.
Yeah, Angelica is not going to be too happy with herself after that one. She wanted to advance.
Now batting shortstop number 4,
Dani Kendrick from first to second, where she was a slow chopper back to second base. And the second baseman for the Athenas, Grobecker, just tossed it over to her shortstop Metch for the second out of the inning. And here comes Gomez to the plate.
Haley Gomez, 5'4" junior third baseman from Covina, California, from Northview High School, and takes the first pitch for a strike. The designated player 0 for 2 in the contest. Gomez yesterday 0 for 3 in the first round game. That was going to be ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Haley Gomez. It's been pretty much all CMS from the beginning, getting 4 runs in the top of the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 more in the fourth. Ground ball right to first base, and that'll be it.
Just another inning of business for Gurr in this one, and she keeps her shutout alive after 6 innings of play.
6 innings in the books. It's CMS 8 and the University of Laverne 1.
thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
We go to the top of the 7th inning at the softball stadium here on Campus West at University of Laverne. And it's Claremont Mud Scripps, Athena's 8, and the University of Laverne Leopards 1.
Right fielder, number 7, Chloe Amaria.
So it'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters, middle third of the order due up here in the 7th inning. Chloe Amaria scored 2 runs as flied out. Had quite a ball game today, as has her teammates. If they can get 3 outs in the bottom of the 7th, Claremont Mud Scripps, the number 2 seed in this SCIAC tournament, will go to the championship game tomorrow. Laverne will have to face Whittier College later on, about 30 minutes after the end of this game. And first pitch, taken for a strike, 0-1.
Navarro here just has to settle down. Just get another good inning of relief here. She did a good job last inning of posting up a 0 on the board. See if she can get another one here for her confidence.
0-1 pitch. And it'll be strike 2. Amaria batting .351, 2 home runs, 16 RBIs. Navarro 0-2, but misses the strike zone for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Chloe Amaria, playing in right field.
Pitch was set up away.
So 2-2 the count, the pitch, and that's going to be all outside for ball 3.
And D'Angelo's trying to frame outside there. Almost did a good job too.
This one is going to be bobbed out. They're going to say it was foul, I believe so. So a full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Chloe Amaria.
Amaria there just getting a piece of that one, fouled it off the netting here in the backstop.
Here's Navarro's payoff pitch, and this one's going to be foul.
A soft ball hit there right in front of Leopard's dugout. Borden did a nice job trying to run that down. However, it was just out of reach for her. Count remains full at 3-2.
And again, the payoff pitch is one shot foul down the left field line. Catherine Navarro, a 5'4" freshman pitcher from Anaheim, California, out of Loera High School, doing a yeoman's job here, keeping CMS from scoring any additional runs. The last run scored by the Athenas was way back in the top of the 4th, and here we are in the top of the 7th, and that's going to be ball 4. So Amaria walks.
Now batting third baseman, number 25, Carly Rollader.
So it's Carly Rollader.
You just feel like this game, the Athenas, every single at-bat has just been an absolute workout for these Laverne pitchers. Nothing's been an easy out. And making the Leopards work for each out that they earn.
And Rollader looks at the first pitch, ball 1, 1-0 from Thousand Oaks, California, out of Oaks Christian High School. Football power here in the CIF Southern section. And the 1-0 on the way from Navarro, and that one's going to be chipped into the netting to equal the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. In the bottom of the 7th inning, for the University of Laverne, they will have the 7, 8, and 9 batters or pinch hitters due up as the Leopards trail by 7 runs here, 8-1. Rollader steps back in here in a moment. And the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Maria still at first base. Here with nobody out, the top of the 7th. And this one's going to be foul in back of us.
Appear to land right in front of us here in the bleachers. Right in front of the box here. Luckily nobody's hurt.
So now you know why I have the windows closed. So 1-2. In the old days, I might have tried to catch that. Now I'm just like trying to duck. Here's a 1-2 pitch from Navarro. This is going to be swung on, hit deep out of center field. It is gone. Home run, Carly Rollader. And it is going to be 10-1. Rollader got all of that one. In comes Amaria. In comes Rollader, and it is 10-1.
Rollader was all over that one. Ball was on the outside part of the plate, but it was still in the strike zone and right on the sweet spot for Rollader as she hit that one deep to center field. And Condon, all she could do was just run up to the wall and just watch it go over the fence.
That is Rollader's only 2nd home run of the season. She now has 20 RBIs.
You see here, D'Angelo was set up on the outside part of the plate. However, the ball tilted back inside, and Rollader made Navarro pay for that one as she hit that one deep into center field, over the center field wall, and extends Athena's lead to 10-1.
And not to minimize Rollader's effort there with the home run, but I'm looking at the flags, and that one being pushed out towards center field. You have flags coming in, or wind from the south, wind from the west. That might have helped push it out a little bit out towards center field. So there's Brianna Hawley. Walked a couple of times, flied out, little fly ball to second base her last time at the plate. The next pitch, ball 1. So the count's even, 1 ball and 1 strike to Brianna Hawley. Hawley, junior from Santa Ana. This one's going to be hit down the line. Hawley is a science and management major at Claremont Mud Scripps. Her dream is to become a surgeon and someday volunteer her time with Doctors Without Borders. 1-2 pitch. Where you can see the Metrolink train. I feel like I'm living in a little train village with Lionel trains.
When they constructed this beautiful facility a couple years ago, we'll get back to that story right now.
And it's a 2-2.
They needed softball and baseball fields were located on the main campus. Down the street here, down Arrow Highway, on the main campus of the University of Laverne. However, they constructed a new campus in the building, so the softball team played at a local park. That pitch is fouled off to the back. So the softball team played at a local park for a few seasons here in Laverne until this facility was built, and it was finally opened in the spring of 2014. The Leopards have called this facility home for a couple years now, right next to the San Bernardino County rail line of the Metrolink.
The 3-2 payoff pitch is high, ball 4, and Brianna Hawley walks. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning, and here's Abigail Metch. Metch kind of wants to be a talk show host someday, kind of along the lines of what Ellen DeGeneres does during the weekdays. Already doing some work at FM radio station KSPC here in the area. And the first pitch to Metch is taken for a strike, 0-1. Metch still looking for, well, she had a base hit back in the 4th inning and came around to score. That's the only one that she's had so far. Count is 0-1.
She was to have a pinch runner coming into the game. Appears to be number 3, Haley Griffin.
So Haley Giffen will come in.
Your attention, please. Entering the game as a pinch runner for Claremont Mudd Scripps, number 3, Haley Giffen.
Haley Giffen is a freshman outfielder from San Jose, California, a graduate of Prospect High School. So she's now running at first base in place of Brianna Hawley. Metch at the plate, 0-1. That's going to be outside for ball 1 to make it a 1-1 count.
A lot of long faces there on the Leopards dugout. You kind of wonder if they've probably checked out of this game and just preparing for the next game against Whittier if this score stands.
But they're not going to have much time, maybe about 30 minutes.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to rebound in a hurry against the Poets. It's not necessarily that Laverne was just beat by good hitting. Good credit to Claremont Musgrave. They did get some good hitting. However, it felt like, especially earlier, that Laverne beat themselves with a couple of infield errors, and which kind of adds on to the scoreline that we have currently.
And Whittier comes in as the hottest team, something like 7-3 in their last 10 games or so, something along those lines. So, already a winner today.
I mean, it goes to show how the way softball works in this conference. As I mentioned earlier, that the one meeting, Laverne beat Claremont Musgraves 1-0 in extra innings, in 9 innings, one game. To the Warriors hit foul off the screen. And then another matchup between these two schools, Laverne ended up beating Claremont Musgraves 12-2 in a shortened 5-inning game. So it goes to show that these teams can get hot and cold at any given moment, at any given time in this conference.
If it seems like Metch has been at inside the batter's box for the last 5 minutes, you're not far off. Counts 2-2. A long at bat. And this one will be foul, and we'll do it again.
Yeah, nice attempt there by D'Angelo to try to get to that one. Ball was hit softly right in front of the netting to the right side of home plate. Just wasn't able to get to that one in time.
Haley Giffen, the pinch runner at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Abigail Metch. And the pitch is going to be outside, ball 3. So now a full count. Still nobody out in the top of the 7th inning for Claremont Mudd Scripps. The Athena is trying to hold on and defeat the University of Laverne Leopards. The number 2 seed versus the number 1 seed. And Metch hits one out to left field. It's going to be caught by the shortstop. That would be
nice job there by
Gomez.
Yeah, Gomez having to run down the line almost near the foul line to run after that one. Fly out to short left field. F6 on the scorebook.
So there's 1 out. And the pinch runner, Giffen, still at first base. Here's Allison Jew. Jew has had an infield hit, scored a run, and walked her last time at the plate.
Jew has had another one of those Athena batters that just have nothing but good at bats here. She takes that one in for a strike, 1-1 against these Leopards pitchers.
Allison Jew majoring in politics. One day her name may appear on the ballot. And the 1-1, this is going to be hit right near home plate, and it's going to be caught by Navarro.
Today was almost a disaster. Navarro called off D'Angelo at the last possible second. Don't know if D'Angelo dived intentionally or she just ducked or kind of maybe lost her footing there. She's testing out that ankle right now. She appears she's going to be okay and stick this one out. See, it was just an innocent pop-up right in front of home plate. And Navarro caught for the ball in the last possible second as D'Angelo just lost her footing there. Almost rolled her ankle. Fortunately, she's okay.
Yeah, back into live action. There's a timeout. Most of the infield and battery meeting inside the circle. And to your right, you see the catcher, D'Angelo, so she's okay. So Chloe Rodman will be the batter, a psychology major. Her involvement on campus includes psychology research assistant and football team manager. So it's a little bit of a contrast there.
Definitely put herself out there and getting involved on campus for her university.
One of Rodman's dreams someday, not the only one, but one of them, to see the Seattle Mariners make it to the postseason just once. They've done that a couple of times, never in the World Series, and the first pitch to her is ball 1, 1-0. Oh, and it's going to be outside. Chloe Rodman from Corvallis, Oregon, a junior catcher, graduate of Corvallis High School, on the count of 2 balls and no strikes from Navarro. And the next pitch there is going to be ball 3. Rodman batting .083 with 1 RBI coming into this contest. And that's going to be ball 4 as Rodman walks. She goes to first. Haley Giffen, the pinch runner, will go to second base in scoring position. And we go back to the top of the batting order with Reeve Grobecker. This is the 6th at-bat in this game for Grobecker. As the first pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Grobecker from Pebble Beach, California. Used to be the home of the Bing Crosby Clam Bake on the Pro Golfers Tour out of Pacific Grove, California. This one's going to be hit into the netting. If I remember correctly, Pacific Grove, I think, is just below Monterey.
Yes, it is.
A beautiful part of the country. If you get a chance, if you haven't been there, go visit Monterey and take a look at the UC Santa Cruz campus, surrounded everywhere by redwoods. 2 state parks on either side, west or east. So a lot of that's going to stay very rural. You don't realize how rural until you see the signs, beware of bobcats.
D'Angelo here getting time call, getting some new catcher's gear. Probably an equipment malfunction with her old chest protector. This time gets a new one. And we'll resume play soon.
So the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Reeve Grobecker.
We'll be interested to see Navarro's ball to strike ratio after the game here. It appears to have some trouble commanding the past couple innings. We'll see if she gets out of this one. And she does with the swinging strike 3
and missed
by Grobecker.
So that'll do it for CMS, but all is not lost as the Athenas have a 10-1 lead. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last call for the University of La Verne Leopards.
Leopards barring a miraculous comeback here in the bottom half of the 7th inning will look probably to fall in this game as Brianna Halley, umpire announced, will return to her position at first base. She was pinch run for in the last inning just for previously by Haley Giffen. So as I was mentioning, the Leopards will try to stop barring a miraculous comeback. Look ahead to the next game, which will happen just in half an hour after this game concludes against Whittier College. You would expect even though she only had pitched a third of an inning today and started today's game, Ponce to probably go back out there and pitch against Whittier and try to regather herself and look to advance the Leopards to the championship round tomorrow. First game scheduled here at 12 noon.
The 7, 8, and 9 batters, bottom third of the order, due up here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Second baseman, number 15, Michelle de Guzman.
Michelle de Guzman will lead things off, the 5'2" sophomore second baseman from San Diego, California, a graduate of Montgomery High School. De Guzman batting .244, 1 home run, and 8 RBIs.
Verne students enjoying some of the action here today. Beautiful Saturday, early May afternoon.
And that wind is really blowing in from the west. That's from third base out to right field. So the flags getting a workout there. And the first pitch to Guzman is hit into the netting for strike one, 0-1. CMS 10, Laverne 1. 3 more outs, and the Athenas will make plans to play in the championship game tomorrow. Laverne will have to come back and play the third game of the day. That'll be against Whittier College, and the loser of that would be eliminated, and the winner would go on to take on CMS. So count 1 ball and 1 strike to Michelle de Guzman. Ball 2.
Leopards knew that they had a tough one going today, facing against Anna Gurr, the wonderful ace for the Athenas.
Yeah, we've seen her pitch now, including this game, 3 times this season. She's very impressive. A little chopper right down to third base, fires over for the out, and there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Her ERA probably took another little nick. It was coming in at .67. Coming into today, probably head up to around .69.
Anything under 1 is spectacular.
Anything under 1 is spectacular, regardless. As Anna Gurr has just poached another gem to her resume on the wonderful season she has had so far.
Batter Catherine Navarro. And first pitch is a strike, 0-1. Navarro at the plate this season, batting .325, 3 home runs, 18 RBIs. And again, so many of these players in the SCIAC are youngsters. In other words, not seniors. There's a long ball, but it's going to go foul. A little bit of an exhibit of her power at the plate. But a lot of these players, you know, with a few exceptions, are all going to be back next year. A lot of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. And actually, at the end of this season, they are de facto sophomore, juniors, and seniors. You know, they have 1 more year of eligibility. And next year's conference race ought to be something else. The 0-2 pitch on the way. That one's going to be hit foul down the first base line.
You mentioned, yeah, a lot of good young talent all across the conference, especially this season. You imagine all the good numbers they posted up this year. If they were to keep that trend going upward for next year, batting averages could be on the way up as well.
Well, Occidental College is one example of a team that just barely missed making the tournament. They only lose 1 player who was basically a designated player as a batter. Everybody else is back, including their top 2 pitchers. So that's just one example in the conference. And that 0-2 pitch was ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So it's 2018, 2019. It's really going to be exciting. Catherine Navarro at the plate. Anna Gurr in the circle. And here's girls 1-2. And I said that she came around. So
now batting third base.
Navarro strikes out.
Justice Borden.
As it goes, that pitch by Gurr appeared to be coming down the middle of the plate, and it tailed back inside. Batter on the play Navarro tried to hold off, but her bat went around according to the first base umpire, and she went down swinging.
So now the Athena is 1 out away from making plans to play in the championship game tomorrow. And the batter, Justice Borden. Borden is flied out to center.
Sean, the next game will start at approximately 30 minutes.
And at 6:30. Next game will scheduled to start at around 3:40 this afternoon. And I think most likely it's fairly safe to say there's a 9-run lead and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. This game will be Whittier College versus University of Laverne starting at about 3:40. We'll have the live stream TV for you on the SCIAC Championship Network and also our coverage on LVTV Cable Channel 3 in Laverne. By the way, while we have a moment, and so we don't forget in the next game, great camera work, great job by our entire crew. Not exactly the best weather to be outside, and they are just done an absolutely fantastic job today.
Yeah, we were able to get a lot of good looks, especially on close plays at first base, second base, home as well.
And there it goes, 6-3 for the out. And it's a 10-1 victory for CMS.
The final score, Claremont Mud Scripts 10 runs, Laverne 1 run.
So with the win, as Claremont Mud Scripts wins the game, advances to Game 5, and they will play in Game 5 coming up in about 30 minutes or so. Right now it's 3:10 Pacific time. We'll probably be back on the air at 3:40. And with the loss, University of Laverne moves to our second elimination game in Game 5. And that, again, will be coming up in about 30 to 40 minutes here between the Whittier College Poets and the University of Laverne Leopards. Special thanks to our entire crew, especially from LVTV. And now for our entire crew, David Smock saying so long from Laverne, California. Once again, the final score, Claremont Mud Scripts 10 and the University of Laverne 1. Thank you for watching the SCIAC Championship Network and LVTV Cable Channel 3. Back on the air very soon. Until then, good afternoon, everybody.